Welcome back to IFL Quick Hits. It's week 7. Quick Hits is sponsored by Do More Films. Their movie, Vincent's Vow, a tale about a bachelor man who is challenged to find out what love means. His journey and what he discovers is a great example for relationships everywhere. Now streaming for free on multiple streaming sites. It even has a little football. And football is why you're here. Let's start with the San Diego Strike Force visiting the hot Bay Area Panthers. First quarter, it's Josh Jones connecting with Isaiah McCorker. Panthers strike first. On the kickoff, it's received by Dallas Daniels with some speed and athleticism, getting great field position for Rudy Johnson, who sends Nate Davis into motion and runs it in himself for the score. On the kickoff, it's an Ernesto Lacayo deuce. Second quarter, on the jet sweep, it's Josh Tomas for 6. Right before the half, Davis pump and a perfect throw for a touchdown to Dallas Daniels. Second half, Rudy Johnson doesn't like being down, so he puts San Diego back up. Josh Tomas says, "Hey Rudy, nice second tutty. I can do that too." Great downfield blocking equals Bay Area back with the lead. Josh Tomas with the cut, reversing field and getting his hat trick on the day. Panthers back up on top. Nate Davis goes deep and Trey Meadows, are you kidding me? Who says superheroes wear capes? Some of them wear Bay Area Panthers uniforms, like Josh Tomas taking a routine screen pass the distance. Pay that man. Panthers get the ball again, and Josh Jones has time to grill cheeseburgers in the backfield and orders a deep ball for 6 to Alexander. And to make things worse, the kickoff hits Daniels' leg and rolls into the end zone, recovered by Frankie West Jr., a 57-34 victory. They'll be at Arizona this weekend in a match for Western supremacy. San Diego at home versus Naz. The Green Bay Blizzard visit the Tulsa Oilers in front of a huge crowd. The Oilers sporting a new look with all yellow uniforms. In week 4, these teams combined for 142 points in one of the greatest games ever. This time would be a little bit different. A hard-hitting grudge match, the tone being set by Kevin Ransom. What a punishing hit. Pay the ransom, Cole. That's smash-mouth football. But on that drive, TJ Edwards says, "I ain't paying no ransom. I'm finding pay dirt." Second quarter, it's Hassan Rogers churning up some yards, leading to Edwards finding a wide open Sheldon Augustine. Touchdown. Max Myler looking for Green Bay's first points, but Taylor Hawkins says, "Nope, that's an interception in return. Oilers ball," and TJ Edwards says, "Yep, that's an Oilers tutty. Cut the check." Blizzard trying for something before the half, but Taylor Hawkins forces a fumble and Trey Harvey gets it for Tulsa. Uh-oh. On offense, the give is to Hassan Rogers, and he strikes gold. It's 26-zip. If you struggle getting points, there's always the option to kick it with Andrew Maddock-Nevis. Green Bay finally on the board at the first half buzzer. More heroics from Edwards as he improvises and finds Sheldon Augustine for his second touchdown. How's that for juju? Can the Blizzard find the end zone? TJ Davis says Edwards isn't the only TJ in this building. A sensational touchdown grab for Davis. First and goal. It ends with Hassan Rogers following great blocks and auditioning for the role of Superman. You got the part, pal. You can fly. Taylor Hawkins gets his second interception, involved in his third takeaway. Pay that man. But he's not the only one who needs paid. A blocked field goal, and it's time to pay the ransom. Kevin Ransom recovering a score for Green Bay. They weren't giving up as Max Myler with the scramble gets another score for the Blizzard, trying to come back. But the onside kick goes right to Marquez Bembry with the short house call. The Tulsa Oilers get sweet revenge on the Green Bay Blizzard and improve to 3-2. They will host Iowa this weekend while the Blizzard host the red-hot Quad City Steamwheelers. The Northern Arizona Wranglers went to Vegas, but they skipped the casinos to take on the Bay Area No, that's the Vegas Nighthawks with a gold and black combo. Okay. The Wranglers came to play football as new quarterback Caleb Lowe hangs in the pocket, taking a punishing blow, but a perfect deep ball to Kobe Smith for the touchdown. Vegas on offense on fourth down, Jaden DeLara goes deep and finds Quentin Randolph. Second quarter, Jaden DeLara on the read option finds the end zone for the Nighthawks' first lead. That would lead to a blocked field goal safety, 2 points for Naz. Just before the half, it's Nolan Susel finding pay dirt and regaining the lead for Northern Arizona. But with 12 seconds in the half, Jerome Johnson comes into the game and bullets a strike to Tamarion Scary Terry. Nighthawks up at the break. Second half, Brandon Fisher attempts a long field goal and Darius Williams gets his second blocked kick of the game, and hail Caesar! James Caesar recovers in the end zone for the tutty. Vegas pulling away, but the Wranglers won't go away. Caleb Lowe on the deep ball connects with Jamal Couch. It's back to a 6-point game. Too close for comfort? Get it back to Scary Terry, who bounces off a tackle and gets his second touchdown. The Never Say Die Wranglers keep riding as Deshaun Stoudemire makes a circus catch. But Claude Davis takes advantage of a loose ball and he refuses to go down. Ain't no Wranglers gonna wrangle me, breaking several tackles on a big man house call. But Coach Ron James challenges. And it was a perfect challenge. A penalty on Vegas. Result of the challenge is Nolan Susel finding pay dirt again. On fourth down, number 3 gets number 3. Tamarion Terry with the hat trick extends the Nighthawks lead with 28 seconds left. Nolan Susel gets himself a hat trick. He gets 6 and pulls the Wranglers within 6. The onside kick, however, would sail out of bounds and the Vegas Nighthawks improve. They host San Antonio on Saturday, and the winless Wranglers go to San Diego. The Iowa Barnstormers, coming off a big win, went to the tank to play the Jacksonville Sharks. New kicker Dylan Barnes immediately makes himself known with a deuce. Later in the first, Caleb Barker gets a good push for the Sharks touchdown. Iowa drives the length of the field, and Cahoon is picked off by Tyrese Ross. Sharks ball. Iowa wants it back. Good pass rush, good tip, and Darius Harper gets the ball back for the Barnstormers. Jax D didn't like that, so Hayden Hatcher puts the I in INT. Interceptions everywhere. This time, Barker going to Jaden Stoshak on the deep ball, and he's got it. Touchdown Sharks. Second quarter, Barker finds a wide open Jaden Stoshak for his second touchdown. Second half, it's more Caleb Barker. Keeps the read option, follows an excellent design blocking scheme with a key block from Leon Brown, taking it to the house. 31 zilch. Dave Mogeson is like, I'm tired of being zilch. Get something. Cahoon says, I got you, coach. 4th and 10. He finds Keyshawn Taylor for the Barnstormers' first points. Unfazed, Jacksonville caps off a drive with Vance Bennett getting his first tutty as a Shark. Cahoon, trying to keep up, climbs the pocket, throws the other direction, and it's a touchdown for Jalen Bracey. Sharks ball, and Vance Bennett gets his second touchdown. Jason Gibson puts Blaine Espinoza in the game, and he delivers a strike to Jaden Stoshak. 3 receiving touchdowns on the day for Stoshak. But the Sharks get back in the win column with a 53-22 beatdown. They're on bye this weekend, while Iowa travels to take on the Tulsa Oilers. The undefeated Arizona Rattlers at the Tucson Sugar Skulls. Rattlers coach Kevin Guy be like, you see your team over there? I own them, but I will coach against them. While Billy Back looks for payback. Opening drive, Dalton Sneed goes deep and connects with Isaiah Houston. 7-zip Rattlers. Jorge Reyna finds Drew Dixon, and Brandon Merriweather finds a loose ball. Rattlers take over. Third down for them, and Sneed goes deep, and it's a diving catch for Isaiah Houston. We don't have a problem. We have a solution, and it's you. Shannon Brooks is also a solution, breaking a tackle and scoring a touchdown. 14-zip Rattlers. Jorge Reyna hangs in the pocket, takes a hit on a deep ball, and it's complete to Alfonso Taylor for Tucson. Kevin Macias nails a 27-yard field goal. It's a 4-point game. With 9 seconds left in the half, Sneed finds a wide-open Trey Dixon in the end zone. That coverage looked like my health insurance coverage. None whatsoever. Speaking of insurance, how about kicker Kevin Macias from way downtown? A 48-yard buzzer beater splits the uprights. How about a flashback to week 1 when Tucson was in Arizona and Larry Tripp Harrington catches a touchdown for the Rattlers against the Sugar Skulls. After a trade, he now catches one for the Skulls against those Snakes. For Arizona, Dalton Sneed avoids the rush and throws a nice ball to Corey Reed for the touchdown. Sneed would make them pay. Going deep to Houston, the solution. 35-20, Rattlers at the end of 3. With 11 minutes, Reyna finds Larry Tripp Harrington, who decides he likes making touchdowns. It's an 8-point game. Fourth down for the Rattlers equals first down for the Skulls. And Larry Harrington gets his third touchdown. It's an addiction at this point. Rattlers drive, and Snead is looking for solution Houston, but Ahmad Lyons high points it. Intercepted. Tucson has it with a minute left, down by 2. And remember Kevin Macias drilling a buzzer beater kick at the end of the first half? End of game. Kevin never missed. Macias drills it again. Tucson wins by 1. But wait! There's 1 second left on the clock, and anything could happen. Macias goes with the squib kick. Bounce, and fielded. Lateral 1 to Isaiah Houston. Lateral 2 to Brandon Merriweather. He throws it back to Houston. And Houston, now we have a problem. His name is Jamius Williams, and he scores for the Sugar Skulls. Tucson with the upset. Rattlers are undefeated no more. Sugar Skulls will host the masked Pirates this weekend, while the Rattlers battle Bay Area for Western Conference supremacy. Another undefeated team, the Quad City Steamwheelers, go to Indiana for a match with the Fishers Freight. Newly signed Shane Simpson reunites with Dixie Wooten and gets the first points of the game. Quad City on the jet sweep to Jordan Vesey. He ties the game up. Kyle Kaplan on the kickoff drills the deuce. 2 points can prove valuable at the end of the game. How about some Jaya Wright magic with the fake pitch, the scramble, the throw, and the touchdown grab by Jordan Kress? Quad City on offense, it's Daquan Neal throwing, and Kevin Rudge stretches the ball across the plane. Fishers on O, jet sweep. Shane Simpson has a lane, and he has 6 more points. Freight lead. Later, it's Daquan Neal finding fellow quarterback Demery Croft for the touchdown. Quad City up. Fishers on offense. The ball is loose. It's recovered by Malik Duncan of the Steamwheelers. Daquan Neal finishes the short drive on a push. Second half, the Freight handed off to a man who moves like a freight train. No slowing down Shane Simpson. A hat trick. 3 touchdowns. Quad City faced with fourth down. They go for it, and they are denied. Fishers ball. Jaya Wright on the read option gets a good block, and Fishers has the lead again. A Kyle Kaplan field goal would tie it at 34 until a brawl at the goal line, a display of muscle and will gets Jaya Wright another score. 41-34 Freight. Neal drops back, looks deep, and Jordan Vesey goes up and hangs on to his second touchdown of the game. Tie ball game again. Just before the 1-minute warning, the give is to Simpson, and he gets his 4th touchdown of the game. 10 seconds and only 2 yards to go. Neal looks, scrambles, and finds Jared Ware for the game-tying touchdown. We're going to overtime. Steamwheelers get the ball first, and Daquan Neal finds Jordan Vesey for his 3rd touchdown of the game, but the Freight have a chance. Jaya Wright scrambles, and Bubba Arslanian with a TD-saving tackle. Now with 4th and goal, they gotta get it here. Good coverage, pass rush, scrambling, and David Cagle eats up the quarterback for a game-winning sack. The Quad City Steamwheelers are still undefeated, 6-0, their best start since the team was revived in 2018. They're at Green Bay this weekend, while Fishers loses their 4th straight going into a bye. If you want to see more of the Indoor Football League, you can catch all of these games live on the IFL Network.